And, Coach, we are down on the bayou as you get a look inside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome here in New Orleans. This is what it looked like just a moment ago in the heart of New Orleans. Folks, there's no place for this noise to go in the Superdome. It is loud, and these fans are ready for football as their Saints get ready to do battle with the Dallas Cowboys. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Here's the man who's led the league in rushing twice in 3 seasons, Ezekiel Elliott. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. For Zeke, what a first 3 years he's had in the NFL. Last year, his second rushing title, 1,434 yards. Not as many as 1,631 that he had as a rookie, but still his yards per game average was the best in the National Football League. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Prescott from the gun. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Demario Davis coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Here's Ginn. Whoosh. So possession goes over here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Check 48's the mic. Check the outs, check the outs, check the outs. Check 9, check 9. Deuce. Watch, twist. Easy, opposite. Hey, easy.
Here's Kamara out of the pistol. Leighton Vander Esch, 3rd in the NFL in tackles as a rookie last year. There on the stop.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
They fake the give. Here's Breeze. Open man is Michael Thomas. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A very solid gain of 27.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Ready.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
You're good. Line 4, ready. Check nickel.
They get this to Ginn, jet sweep, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Ready. 95-56. Hey, kill. Mike 5-4. Kill. When I touch.
On 2nd and 12, Breeze is going to let this go for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle 1/3 of the field where he threw that one.
21. 54's Mike. Check. Hey, Foxtrot. Hey, easy. 54. Mike's 54.
Hey, we got to get this stop here, D.
Right there.
5-1.
Right there. 54 Mike.
Bravo. Ready, set.
Now Breeze on third down. And that is incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Coming to you.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. Demario Davis there on the stop.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Prescott down. And he fires one incomplete.
The touch and time are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing.
At their own 20-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Leighton Vander Esch wreaking havoc with a sack.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Ready.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
21.
48 Mike. 48 Mike. It's our field.
Here we go.
Hey, it's our house. 48 to Mike.
After the sack on 1st down, Breeze. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17.
That play was well covered. Just tried to check it down. Unfortunately, not able to find any yardage on that one.
The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on 3rd down.
Check.
Come again. Here I come.
From the gun, it's Breeze. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Now the veteran punter for the Saints, Thomas Morstead, on to punt on 4th down. Back deep is Tavon Austin. Pulled in at the 24. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
On 2nd down, it's Elliott, and they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Demario Davis, his 2nd sack of the night.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. To try again after the sack, Prescott. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's 3rd down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed, but all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
3rd and long for Prescott. Looks to throw, fires right side, and that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he's on here to punt it away. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of 1st downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 1st downs and make sure you move.
And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall. They can put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. A gain of right around 30 on a play that began way back inside the 5. Much more room to operate under after the big play. Here's 1st and 10.
Y'all playing the wrong football.
Hey, Echo.
To throw is Breeze. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Kill.
48 Mike. 48 Mike.
Breeze going to throw. On the crossing route, complete. That's Thomas. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 19 yards the pickup there. Move the chains.
Come on, one thing for sure. You know that Michael Thomas is going to be the target on a 3rd down pass, and Drew Brees finds him and keeps this drive moving.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Hey, Delta.
Get him. Get him. Check 31. Check.
12.
Check. Check.
Ready, check.
Kamara. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
11. Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
On play action, it's Breeze. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend.
Mike 54. Mike 54.
Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now.
On play action, now Breeze. He'll air it out deep for Thomas and almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. Uses the spin. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet, trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Here's Prescott. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 15 yards on the play. First down. Prescott looks to throw on first. Flush to his right. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A good pickup there, a 22.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up the first down.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. To throw again on 2nd down. Prescott. And this one's incomplete. Amari Cooper, the intended target, and it's 3rd down. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick six? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position.
Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the 13. Watch the screen. 55 mark. Easy, opposite. Come on, now.
So after the INT, it's Breeze. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Looking again for Thomas, this time complete. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 15-yard line.
A first opportunity upcoming in the red zone for the Saints. They've got a first and 10 at the 15.
Sammy!
Hey, watch that. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. I'm coming.
Go! Hey, easy.
54 is Mike. 54 is my mate. Check. Watch 54. I'm coming.
Now Breeze. Cook with a first down and much more. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Jared Cook as the first half is winding down. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Will Lutz on for the point after. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip.
Next to score, Saints 10, Cowboys nothing.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
Looking to throw. Prescott. Going to take a shot for Gallup. This is caught. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, full half to be played. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you termed that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. They run it again with Kamara. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together. 54. Hey, Alpha. Check. Watch 54.
Here's Breeze to throw. Over the middle, it's Jared Cook. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Breeze now on 1st down. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. And that's a loss of 7 on the first down play.
Gotta love the catch. I think you gotta love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great. And they're fun. They become a little more ho-hum, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are. And I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing, but I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Breeze. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Hey, switch gears, switch gears. Let him. Here we go. Mike, 54. Let's go one more. Right there, 54, right there. 54, Mike. Wait, tonight.
Off the play fake to Kamara. It's Breeze. And that will be incomplete. So it would appear they will not be able to add to their lead on this opening drive of the second half.
Yeah, if another touchdown was scored there, now we're talking about a 2-score game, and they're probably on their way of creating an excellent gap between them and their pursuers. But how about the defense there, able to step up and keep themselves in this one?
That'll wind up being a 50-yard punt, though they do get 10 back on the return.
At their own 16-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Here's Prescott. This one caught left side by Cooper. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. Rolling to his right. Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
At the 41-yard line.
Ready. Yellow lady.
Mike, 5-4. I got you.
5-9.
Hey, watch that. Check Mike 54. Mike.
Hey, wahoo.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
You're good. 5-4. Ready.
Mike 54. Mike 54. Watch the screen. Pass.
Now a play fake. Breeze. And Josh Hill has it. 20. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, New Orleans. Josh Hill, his first touchdown on the year. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Lutz with the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. That'll be taken in the end zone. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They find themselves down 17-7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. A throw left side to start out. That's complete. Well, they completed the pass but lost yardage, so they'll decline the penalty.
Perfect play for them, isn't it? Who needs a penalty? When you try and throw the ball, you don't even get it downfield, and they go ahead and snuff out the play. They'll take that as a result.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They trail by 10, 17-7 as they come up on a 1st and 10. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Now Prescott. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. It's the linebacker, Alex Anzalone. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
Lutz good on the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they just had that pick six. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Here we go, D. All day, defense, all day, all day.
Prescott to throw it. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Alex Anzalone coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Prescott from the gun. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. Out now comes the Cowboys punter. He's been terrific so far. Now it's Ginn. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 46-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Watch the call. Hey, easy.
Working from the gun, it's Breeze. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to get it that time to Ted Ginn. But now it'll be 3rd down. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. For whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when the next defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described.
Looking for Thomas, but that's intercepted. And Xavier Woods with a pick. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas.
1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Here we go. 47. 26.
Now Prescott. Trying to lay one up deep. That's caught inside the 20. And finally. He is out of bounds, but not before taking it down near the 15.
And on this challenge, the refs have to take a peek and see whether or not the receiver was able to dot the I with both feet.
While making sure that he possesses the football all the way through the catch.
And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. Buying time to his left. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Cowboy first down.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
Well, they had a gain of 10 last time, now a gain of 20 here. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Dak on the option left. And a short gain down to about the 33. And now it looks like we've got a Cowboy shaken up down there on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back.
Hey, kill.
Check by 47.
To throw on 2nd down. Cobb, and he's going to let it go deep. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Now that turnover might just about do it. Here, 4th quarter, the lead that you've got, they can just run the football, run the clock.
You're exactly right. They played smart, couple of first downs, and this one should just about be over.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. yards the pickup there, and also a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Sammy! Small! Push him back! Check. Lucky!
They fake the give. Here's Breeze. He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Traquan Smith, his first touchdown on the year. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Lutz with the extra point, and the lead is now 24. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Going to take a shot for Gallup. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. This is brought in at the 21.